Yo. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, post it in the chat. What's your name? I'm ask me anything. I'm like, oh, and you go. Yo, yeah, ask me anything. I'm like playing chess, wanting to have a conversation, but no one was here. Ask me something. Let's get a convo going. Hmm. Yo, ask me anything. Let's get a conversation going. Ask me anything. I'm just like playing chess and watching the weasel because I'm like, no one's here talking. I want to talk about Ankalaev and how Pereira fucking shit the bed. I'll also play chess while I talk to you if that's cool. Ask me anything. Can you hear me? Watch, I'm about to get this person with this fucking trick. Watch, he's gonna. Oh, he figured it out. You're not gonna ask me anything? Oh, what'd you say here? Yeah, good question. Why do I think Pereira fought the way he fought? I think that he just fucking was so afraid of the takedown that it's like if you go in, like when he was doing his training, he put one of the training videos up ahead of time and he was like fucking doing these big sort of blitzing, like massive straight punches. And as much as you can like train for that, I think when you're in there, you just like worry about like, oh, if I send myself at this guy and all he does is basically just like drop down and use my momentum to get a takedown, and that's going to cost me the round. I think it can just make you really tentative, man. I I don't really see any other reason. It's like I also I can't I really can't believe that he's like terrified of Ankalaev's fucking um power. You know what I mean? Like, is that really what we're saying? Like, he's just was so afraid that Ankalaev was gonna like knock him out after he just fought Khalil Roundtree. Like, I don't know. Why do you think that um, Pereira fought so badly? Oh, good move by this guy. Did Ankalaev surprise you? Difference was? I mean, it didn't surprise me in the sense that like I think he's capable of everything that he did. I don't think he did anything that special. I think that he in fact, like he said ahead of the fight that he wasn't going to do that. He was going to just like, basically stand and bang the whole time. Like obviously that was never going to happen. So I'm not even surprised by that. Like what what was he Oh, look at that fucking perfect little spot there by the way. Hopefully I don't run out of time in this game. He how would I say it? Like yeah, he's capable of it. I just think that Pereira fought a really bad fight. I think that if Pereira fights that fight the way that he can, he wins that every day. Like it's just, I don't know. I think you nailed it. I think that Pereira was too timid. I think it was like very similar to that Sean Strickland fight that happened recently with DDP. People are just like, "What are you doing? Like, where's all of this? You talk such a big game about like how you're gonna fucking fight to the death, and then nothing happens." Yeah, I think that that's because of I, I think that Magomed fought a more aggressive stand-up fight against Rakic than he did um, against Pereira. And so because of that, I think you leave more openings. Yeah, I know. How fucking shit is that to like invite your friends? My friends and I went to a Bucks party to watch. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because you probably don't give a fuck about this. Um, I went with some friends to a Bucks party in Vegas when, like, right at the start of COVID, when Izzy was fighting Yoel Romero, and like you've got the co-main event, which was Wiley Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, like crazy barn burner fight, like one of the best female fights ever, and then it gets followed by Adesanya Yoel, where like basically nothing happened, and Izzy sort of ran the whole time. So um, sucks when that happens, right? Where are you from, Eddie? Oh damn. Where was Alex Khalil again? What state was that in? That was Washington, right? No, no, that was really recently. That was Pereira DDP or something like that. Are you still in the States? And which state do you live in now? Where was Khalil? Are you excited for an Ankalaev fucking champion? It just seems like the shittest thing. Uh, UFC 307. Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. That's right. They, yeah, people do complain about the altitude a lot. I actually think it's like a cool element of fighting there. And you just got to train for it. They've done a few cards in Salt Lake City though. That's pretty good. Um, as far as like, I'm surprised that some other cities don't really go back enough. Like, I'm surprised they only do like one in Miami each year if it's lucky. Like, just given like all the fighters they have out of there and stuff like that. Um, yeah, what are your thoughts on Ankalaev as the light heavyweight champ? Do you think that that's good for the UFC? Do you like that as a fan? Um, and I guess like, what did you want to happen with the whole Pereira Jones Aspinall thing? 100%. Yeah, both of those fucking head kick knockouts happened there. Huge, like. And maybe without the altitude, that doesn't happen. Maybe Usman's like a little bit more. I don't know. That's a crazy fucking moment, hey. Jones needs to fight, bro. If we miss out on Nagano fucking Jones, Jones, if we miss out on Silva GSP, Silva Jones, Jones Nagano, and then Jones fucking Aspinall, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. The idea that we were even talking about Jones versus Pereira versus against Jones versus Aspinall is insane. And it's like, do you even, how do I put this? Like, do you even really consider John Jones to be the heavyweight champion of the world? Like, you beat Cyril Gahn and then Stipe Miocic, who hadn't fought in fucking 4 years, and the last time that he fought, he got fucking scary KO'd by Francis. Dude, Topuria versus Islam will be insane. Partly because from my end, I look at it and I go like, Topuria is so damn confident. Like it's actually crazy how confident Topuria is, and I think he's like genuinely believes that he's just gonna fucking walk through Islam. Um, on the Jones fight, I agree. It's like it just has to happen. Like Jones is being pampered by Dana, but at the same time, it's like Jones is saying he just wants a ton of money. Give him a ton of money. Can we pay him 30 mil? Who knew? Like, what? How much do you need to pay this guy to get him to just make this fight happen? Even, even just so that we can like take some of that star power and give it to Tom, because I don't know. I just think. Do you think there's any way that Jones actually beats Tom Aspinall? Seriously though, I don't really beat that. I don't really believe that Jones can beat Aspinall. I'm sure he can beat Aspinall, but like it just seems Danny needs to call up Turkey for that oil money. I mean, I mean, serious, but at the same time, it's like even before the oil money is like you were able to get like Mayweather McGregor to happen for like a ridiculous amount. Now, like whoever ran that probably lost their ass, but um, can't you just make the money happen? Like these boxers get paid so much money. You telling me there's not enough money in a Jones Aspinall fight? And that's my thing. I just don't think the only thing I'm thinking is like Tom Aspinall is just he's so big and he's never he finishes everybody in the first round. So I'm like I really don't know what would happen. Where's Wikipedia? I really don't know what would happen if Jones takes Aspinall out of the first round. Who's your favorite fighter? Huh. Man, I'm from Sydney originally, but I left Australia like 7 years ago, and so I sort of have this washed out Australian English accent. My dad's English as well. Good guess though. I think it sort of ended up sounding a bit like a Perth accent once it all washed out. Aspel did have two losses early in his career, but they were like, okay, one was a DQ. One was a heel hook. Yeah, first round, second round, first round, first round, first round, first round, first round, first round. Like he took out Andrei Arlovsky in the first minute of the second round. I'm starting to like Taporia, man. Honestly, even though he did knock out Volk, I was very upset when that happened. By the way, like Volk Islam 1 was like probably one of the best fights of all time. I really thought Volk might have won that, but I wasn't upset that they gave it to Islam and just crazy fight. But I, I think I was sort of a bit anti Tuporia after he knocked out Volk. Just I think A because he knocked out Volk, but B because he like Volk had just had that whole Islam thing happen. But uh, after he beat Max the way he did, I was like, yeah, cool. I get you, bro. Like, you do you. You're gonna go out there and fucking mash both of these guys, leave the division, go try fight Islam. Like, fuck, man, like that's a cool life you're living. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Totally solidified Volk, man. Like, I remember that fight, like, motivated me or like inspired me for like a week or so afterwards, just to think of like how much courage and discipline and hard work like both of those guys go through to be at that type of level. And to your question before about like, did Ankalaev surprise me? Not really, but Volk and Islam both in that fight, like, super surprised me. Islam striking, Volk's wrestling, I was like, "This is crazy." I did sort of feel like because Volk was shorter than Islam, he could his lower center of gravity probably gonna be harder to take down, big rugby background, heavy, strong 45er as he is, like, but but I was really impressed with both of them. Crazy good fight. What's your favorite, like, fight that you're looking forward to? Mine might be, I know this is gonna sound fucking dumb, but mine might be O'Malley Marab too. Seeing that head kick against Islam was yeah, I know. 10 days notice. Apparently you've been drinking, you're basically off the couch. I wish he never took the fight either, bro. Like I feel like it changed his career. And that head kick, man, you go back and watch that, it's fucking sickening. He fucking cracks fucking Volk's skull so fucking hard. Dude, it's like I I couldn't I they talk about like Rampage's slam from back in the day being one of like the hardest hits in sport. I think that Islam kick to Volk's head is up there. Yeah, I'd love to see Pantoja versus Merab. I'd also be down to see Pantoja O'Malley if like O'Malley could beat Merab. Yeah, I agree. He didn't do horrible against Merab. I also think that Merab was like had this fucking like great game plan of coming into the fight like a crazy person and just being like like not actually doing his full on like bull rush constant wrestling thing, but just like sort of crazy arms flying everywhere, striking mixed in with a bit of wrestling here and there. I think he did a really good job of making it so chaotic that it was like hard for anything really meaningful to happen. But I think that Sean could prepare for that. And I think if Marab was to go in with his regular game plan, I think Sean probably finds a way to knock him out. So I'd be interested to see how that rematch goes. Who else? What else is? Oh, Hamzat DDP actually is that's like the one I really want to fucking see. Hamzat DDP. Um, fuck, that's gonna be a fight. Those are like the only two real fights I Dude, we're 100%. I think we're 100% getting Hamzat DDP next. I think that everyone wants it. I think the UFC wants it. Saudi want it. I think DDP can win that fight, man. Hamzat's strong. I don't think he's as strong as fucking Drickus is. Drickus is like strong. I'm living in South Africa right now. These fucking South Africans are crazy strong, dude. And if you grew up playing rugby all the time, you're basically wrestling, but like more high impact just throwing your body at someone and really driving pushing like groups of people. So I think if they were to just like try and push each other around, maybe not thinking about like technical wrestling but just pushing each other around, I think that Drickus would push Hamzat around. So I don't think he can outmuscle him. I obviously think he's got better technical wrestling, but I think that so much of his wrestling also comes down to the fact that he just has strength and manhandles guys. Yeah, that's true. He was taken down by Brunson. He's fucking awkward, man. I don't I really don't know. It's so hard to judge a DDP, like know what's gonna happen with the DDP fight because I have no idea how he's gonna fight. Like, I just think about like Hamzat seems to gas pretty hard if he can't make something happen that he wants to. If he can't make what he wants to happen real quick, he starts to like get really gassed, and DDP doesn't slow down. So and it's a 5 round fight, right? So either you just ragdoll Dricus Duplessis for fucking a few minutes and break his face like you did to Robert, or you're in for a really long fucking night against a guy that's game. Just on, you disagree? You think that fucking what? Hamzat wins? Round 3 against Kamaru makes me think, did he? Yeah, dude, even the Gilbert Burns fight, by the 3rd round of the Gilbert Burns fight, he was fucking dying. And he's big, way bigger now. 5 rounds, do you think Kamaru beating Hamzat? 100% Kamaru beats Hamzat. Oh, Justin, you're just playing around. I mean, I'll smoke whatever we smoke. What you smoking, boy? Yeah, boy? My boy? Oh, what's my title? I forgot what I even made the title of this video. Whatever. Eddie was asking if Kamaru beats Chimaev if they did a 5 round fight. Of course he beats Chimaev if they do a 5 round fight. Like he was, I think if Kamaru just put the gas on a little bit in that 3rd round, he might have fucking cleaned him up. Yeah, the guy with the bad knees. Dude, he has bad knees. He's like an old decrepit guy and Hamzat still couldn't take him out. I don't know, what are you talking about? South Africa's cool, man. I mean, probably not a lot of the country, but where I'm at in Cape Town, it's fucking beautiful here. Like, and if you work remote or something like that, it's definitely a cool place to check out. Of course, he's over the hill, and yet Hamzat still couldn't beat him. Justin, are you a Hamzat fan or what are you saying? Of course, Kamaru's not getting a belt again. By the way, guys, I'm curious. I've been making these like 60-second sort of recap videos, like UFC fight picks in 60 seconds, UFC 313 recap in 60 seconds, like who is Magomed Ankalaev in 60 seconds. Curious on if you feel like that type of content's any good, or I guess like what type of MMA content do you guys like watching? Bro, 100% if that fight goes to the next 2 rounds, Kamaru's killing him. Yeah, I do not find him decent. Like, I think better than some of the guys that are making breakdowns. My only problem with breakdowns is it's so hard to make it like uh break through all the noise. Even if you can do a good breakdown of fights, like I mean, also it's like you've got Weasel and stuff like that that are already making it. Whose breakdowns do you watch, Justin? And Eddie, what type of content do you watch? Yeah, yeah, true. I find that Weasel has like no personality. Anytime he does make a joke, I'm like, that's I'm surprised. The but Justin, who do you think wins out of Hamzat versus DDP? About Justin beating Fiziev, I picked Fiziev to win because honestly, I thought after fucking Justin's like getting flatlined by Max Holloway and taking punishment for 5 rounds, he might not have the same chin anymore. Dude, I think Justin's a beast. I'd love to see him fight McGregor, Tapuria, Oliveira as a rematch. Interesting. I haven't really watched much of Lucas Tracy. I'll check him out though. Um, who are you guys' favorite comedians? I'm curious. Dude, Justin versus Chandler, like a rematch? I mean, we saw what happened. He's just gonna fucking destroy. Do you want Chandler to get killed? I don't know if Alex was robbed. I think you could probably put it either way. I think it was such a close fight. It sort of reminded me a little bit of the Adesanya Whitaker 2 fight, where it's like, yeah, he probably did win, but I mean, you got to the whole like you got to really beat the champ if you want to get the belt. I don't know if he like really beat Pereira. Just like I don't know if Whitaker really beat Adesanya in the second one. I think that yes, if you had to score each of the 5 rounds, like Ankalaev probably wins. But I also think like round 4, where you just hold someone up against the fence, you could make a solid argument that takedown defense should be rewarded. Like if you don't get a takedown for the whole round, like that you didn't really do anything. You didn't get what you wanted out of the situation, and I don't know. Do you guys disagree? The fight was weird. I I sort of agree, Eddie. Like I would like to see Patty just sort of send Chandler to another realm, take that star power, and then maybe go fight. Fuck, Patty Gaethje would be interesting. That'd be a fun one. I want to see Patty versus Tapuria. I need the hand sanitizer fucking fight. I seriously need to watch that happen. Um, what was your guys' thoughts on that fucking Colby Covington Leon Edwards fight? I agree, Justin. Patty does not fight enough. Yeah, I mean they're both unlikable. I think the only person more unlikable is Ian Gary. I just feel like Chandler's super fake. Like he almost seems like psychopath fucking fake. It's weird. The way that I don't know. Like there's this one clip of him, he's like trying to find his kid in the crowd after I think he knocks out Tony Ferguson. And then he like his kid, trying to give him a kiss, but his kid like really doesn't want to be there. Who deserves a payday? Michael Chandler or Patty? What the fuck are you talking about, Justin? Like Chandler gets given massive high profile fights where he's probably earning hundreds of thousands of dollars every time. What more does he want? How much more do you want the guy to get paid? Or do you mean because he was out for 2 years because of fucking McGregor? Because yeah, that's true. He does probably deserve a bit of a payday for that. But I also feel like the UFC probably sorted him out for that. But is that what you meant? Yeah, okay. Well, no need to yell. Um, the I mean, who do you give him as his final fight? Like, let's say he loses to Patty. Who do you give him as his final fight? What? Oh, the McGregor. No, 100% is not fair. It was a complete bullshit. At the same time, like, if you trust Conor McGregor, you're sort of an idiot, in my opinion. Yeah. Everyone told him for 2 years that he was making that mistake, though. Let's be real. Like, it's not like the writing wasn't on the wall that you weren't getting that fight. We had no date. We had no fucking weight division. I understand we eventually got there, but that took like a year and a half, and then he bailed on that. Yeah. It after the boxing match, I mean, Connor's just completely different. If you look at like the level of skill that Connor had on his come up, like when he won the belt versus now, it's like not even the same thing. I think that Chandler, win or lose, is getting about 500K. How much do you think that he earned in his last fight against? Who did he fight? Oliveira again? No. Yeah, it was Oliveira again for his next and final match. I don't know if he retires after that, bro. I think he just keeps fighting forever. By the way, Justin, Eddie, can you both fucking subscribe so that when I stream again, you see me? I enjoyed this chat. I would like him to go out with a bang, but he'll most likely lose his retirement. Dude, Michael Chandler is going to lose no matter what fight he has next, unless they give him someone that's like really poorly ranked. But if you would like for him to go out with a bang, he's going to definitely go out like every fight of his is a bang. Dude, could you imagine Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor bare knuckle now that Conor owns BKFC? That would be fucking hilarious. Dude, I could see that fucking happening. How much do you think Chandler got paid against Oliveira? Thanks, bro. I appreciate you following me. How much did Michael Chandler make in UFC 309? Dude, he made $1,056,000 in his fucking fight against Charles Oliveira, which everyone knew he was gonna lose. This is what I'm saying. Like this guy doesn't. This guy's fine. He'll be fine. Thanks, boys. Appreciate you. And what's next for Sugar Sean? Eddie and I were talking about that. I think that Sugar Marab 2 is what's next, which I'm excited for. I actually think that Sean can take that. Yeah, dude. Like I respect all of these guys. Obviously, I think they should all get paid more than they do. At the same time, like you only get paid what you fucking negotiate and what you bring to the table. And honestly, so many of these fucking fighters like can't negotiate for shit, right? You look at guys like Sugar Sean, he doesn't have a manager. He's been going and just negotiating with the UFC, but he's also been trying to like build an audience as a fighter from day one. So it's like he gets more when he negotiates because he's helping the UFC achieve their goals. I do think a lot of fighters come into it and they go, I need to get paid more. And it's like, well, what are you doing to bring in more sales? Nothing. And it's like, okay, well, there's like a million guys that would love to fight in the UFC that'll take your spot and take your paycheck like that, right? So, yeah, I do agree with that. I think that O'Malley Yarn 2, 5 rounds would have been the perfect go to. And then whoever wins that gets Marab. But it's just like, yeah, I wish we could too, man. We should like I think I'll make a Discord as I keep going with this, and then that way we can do stuff like that. That'll be cool. Um, do you guys ever like tune in to watch parties? when some of the creators have like UFC 313 watch party, do you ever do that or do you just like watch the broadcast? Oh, thanks, Eddie. I appreciate that, man. That's sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. I just like get friends around and go watch it together. This living in South Africa though, it's fucking hard because we're like 6, 7 hours ahead of Eastern time, so the fights start at like 4, 5 in the morning and then go till like 7, 8. So I usually just like wake up in the morning and watch them on my own. I'm a grown man. I'm 25. I love that. Whereabouts do you live, Justin? Two kids, 25. Holy shit, brother. You moved quick. LA, California, West Coast. And Eddie, you said you were Utah, but like you're not there anymore, right? Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. You guys want to hear a funny story? I got fired on my 25th birthday, 2 days after winning Salesperson of the Year at this company that I was working at. Um, I bet it is worth it, Jerson. Yeah, exactly. You'll be young and active when your baby's growing up. That's true. I think it also just like gives you a very deep motivation. Any of my friends that have kids, they seem really, motivated be by something that's just bigger than themselves. So that's pretty cool. As long as you're not broke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Kids broke is hardest. You thought I was younger? I know I'm too good looking, brother. But yeah, no, no, no. I turned 30 last year. Do you guys train any combat sports? Do you do like boxing, jiu-jitsu, anything like that? I know, 30 still young. I agree, Jason. Super young. I'm gonna grab a drink of water real quick. You did amateur boxing? I do. Because it's like I'd been telling my manager she was a fucking cunt for like the 2, 3 weeks beforehand. So what I realized is, uh, no matter how good of a salesperson you are, like at the end of the day, you're always replaceable. 25-2 is fucking good, Justin. That's fucking great, man. I've been I when I was growing up, I did a lot more jiu-jitsu, and I've been doing boxing recently lately. I was sparring with this guy today. I just done a fucking like my full training session, and I at the end of my training session, my coach and I he's been teaching me a bit of dancing to help my footwork, and this fucking massive guy comes in and was sort of teasing us for the dancing, and I guess this guy has like a fight coming up in 2.5 weeks, and he was looking for a sparring partner, so I jumped in with him. But this guy's like, I'm 92 kilos, which is like 200 and fucking 2 pounds or something like that. He's 95 kilos, so about 225 to 205 to 210. Fucking this guy was like sparring like he was trying to kill me, like literally throwing every single fucking bit of power that he could into every punch that he had. Um, but it was scary. That sucks that you had to stop boxing, man. I had to stop doing jujitsu because I fucking went blind in this eye, and so I can't get fucking like strangled or anything anymore. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water, boys. Back in a sec. I know the sparring partners are the fucking worst. It's like, can you? What? We're not fighting. We're like sparring, bro. Also, it's like you're going hell for leather because you know that we're only going like 4 or 5 rounds. If we were going fucking 10 rounds here, you'd be toast. Because by the time we were done, like the third round, he was pretty much done, and then he would just like put a little bit of energy into the start and end of the next 2 rounds. Yeah, exactly. You're like, Robert Whittaker trying to break my fucking kneecap. That fucking sucks, Justin, man. That's was that inspiring as well? No. Fuck, dude. Retinal detachment? Because that's yeah, fuck, bro. I that's how I went blind in this eye. I had a retinal detachment, and then when they went to do the surgery to fix it, it didn't take properly, and it completely redetached. Um, so my sparring is meant to be like shoulders and below, nothing to the head, but sometimes I like that guy today still copped me in the face once. I'm like, dude, chill. Yeah, you definitely do not want to be raising a family without your vision. Yeah, I feel you, Justin. That sucks, man. 25-2 is a great amateur record too. Did you grow up in LA? So I'm sure it's a pretty competitive boxing scene there too, right? Yeah, people have kids early here for sure. It's young country. I think in the States, it depends on which state you're in as well. I have like a friend from Texas. His friends all getting married super young. Yeah, true. As well, so many Mexicans and Cubans. That's hilarious. True, true. Well, how much do you when? How much were you weighing when you were fighting, Justin? I thought you were talking about Mexicans and Cubans with regards to having kids, and that's what made me laugh. By the way, thoughts on Mexicans as an Australian? I lived in Mexico for a year during COVID because it was like the only place open. So I personally love Mexico because Australia was completely closed and you couldn't do fucking anything while I was living in Mexico and able to like go to clubs, do whatever the fuck I wanted. 135 to 154. Okay, yeah, man. Fuck, you would have been fighting every quick Mexican and Cuban on the West Coast. You sparred Pacheco. That's crazy. I'm guessing from the names Bolanos and Mejia, I'm speaking with two Latino Americanos. I could be wrong, but Mejia. Salvi, yeah, yeah, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, yeah, of course. Oh, that's Salvi? Yeah, yeah. Cool boys, yeah. Yeah, man, I love Mexico. Mi español no es fantástico, pero estoy practicando mucho. Viví en México por unos años. I wanted to put my country on the map. Yeah, for sure. Is that um is Cheeto El Salvador? That's cool, man. Yeah, yeah. I honestly boxing is like my favorite part of the week. I go crazy without it, man. He's Ecuador, you're right. He's Ecuador. Yeah. Who is the most famous boxer from El Salvador? Carlos Hernandez. Okay. But he's half Mexican. That's fucking funny. Oh, boys, it's late here. It's just come after midnight, so I'm gonna sign off. But it was a pleasure to meet you both. And next time I'm on, jump back on. I'd love to keep chatting with you guys. At least Mexico had Canelo, bro. Watching this. Yeah, Canelo's the man, though. Oh, what are you guys' thoughts on this um Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Ben fight? Um, I was watching Chris Eubanks Sr. versus Nigel Benn over the weekend, and it got me fired up for it. I'm gonna try and go live like 3+ days a week, sort of similar time, as just like a way to wind down from the day, and then in the mornings, like before work, I'm gonna try and post a short video each day, keep it like 60 seconds. You think Connor's faking what? What do you mean? Did I miss something? I think it will be a good fight. I mean, just the energy from the fact that their fathers fought. Like it's this type of time for you. So like 2 p.m. Pacific time each day. Like probably starting from around 1 to 2 Pacific time each day. Um, for like an hour, 2 hours. Cool boys. Justin, what did you mean when you said you think Connor is faking it? Yeah, me too. I'll never find out. I get to never know. Oh, he acts, dude, he acts hard, but I mean, his dad also acts super hard, right? Like, if you remember, if you go back to like when Chris Eubanks Sr. took the belt from Nigel Benn, they had that like really infamous press conference where Nigel's like, I hate him, I fucking hate him. And he, I think he tries to carry that same energy that his dad had, but I think it was a bit more authentic with his dad. And yes, dude, I think Ryan Garcia fucking flatlines Conor Ben. Like that's not even Chris Eubanks Jr. and Conor Ben, different story. I think that they're a bit more evenly matched, but I think Ryan fucking flatlines him. Yeah. Yeah. Totally agreed. But I think both of them do that. I think Chris Eubanks does that as well. If you look at his dad, it's like you're not the same thing as your dad. It's hard. It's hard for these boxing lineage kids to do as well. I mean, other than like Floyd, you can maybe say Tyson Fury, but it's not like John Fury was really that much of a boxer. Anyway, boys, I'm out. Peace. It was a pleasure to meet you both, and we'll speak soon.